All right, good morning. Another Friday morning safety meeting, 6:30. Let's get started. So this week's code of conduct is to respect the property of others. So again, when we're working around underground utilities, working on someone's property, the right of way of other people's property, let's be respectful out there, especially out there on the roadways. So this week, we're going to give COVID a break, a little COVID fatigue, especially on my end. So I'm excited to kind of get back into our normal operations. We are going to talk about another infective disease such as Lyme disease. So May is Lyme Disease Awareness Month. It's important that we talk about this because it's definitely over the last decade has really affected a lot of Americans here in the United States. So Lyme disease is a big one that we should definitely be worrying about on our job sites, especially the new projects that we're mobilizing to and doing our clearing and getting everything ready for construction work. So how do we get Lyme disease? We get it through our ticks, and we mostly get them through our deer ticks. So here's an example of all the different types of ticks. So you can see here on the left side, there's the black-legged tick, or it's normally called as the deer tick, and spread Lyme disease. And what we're looking at here is these smaller ones, these nips, the two on the bottom left-hand side. Those are the ones that we really worry about. So these eight-legged creatures, definitely when we talk ticks, we get a little squirmish, itchy, want to take a shower after them. But it's very important that you be able to identify what potentially has Lyme disease and what does not. So these wood ticks, or other known as dog ticks, if you have these types of yellow body, more of a darker yellow tan color on the body of the tick, those do not have Lyme disease. You don't have to really worry too much if you encounter those on yourself or your dogs. So very important to identify. These again are blown up. There is an image that we have that we post around the offices that kind of is a representative of a dime, and these things barely even show up when you look at a dime. So very, very small ticks are. So when we're talking ticks and Lyme disease, again, we're trying to look at the hierarchy of controls to how to prevent and how to eliminate these, mitigate these hazards. So these are some good administrative controls that I found last night from the Global Lyme Analysis. Is be aware, avoid, aware, apply, remove, and examine. So whenever you're thinking about ticks, try to say be aware, avoid. So areas where ticks live, ticks thrive in wood piles, long grass, leaf piles, and like beachy grass. So anything like kind of tall grassy areas. So we want to wear kind of light color clothing, long pants, sleeves, socks, loose-toed shoes, for us, for most of our work boots. And, we want to make sure that you try to prevent any ticks to get onto your skin. Again, they're going to look for kind of the warmer parts of your body, such as your armpits, your waistlines, just places like that, and definitely your head as well. And then we have apply, EPA approved tick repellent such as DEET. We're looking for about 30 to 40% DEET. That definitely helps prevent a tick from going after and biting you. Remove, very important. After your day, try to remove your clothes when you get home. You can toss them into the dryer at high temp for about 10 to 15 minutes. That probably will kill the tick. It's very important and good personal hygiene. And the last is examine yourself and your pets for ticks daily, especially when you're taking a break for a coffee break, taking your lunch break, at the end of the shift before you jump in your truck, do a good examine, especially when we're seeding and mulching and putting hay down. It's very important. So, today's JHA, if we're doing those type of restoration tasks, we should definitely have tick awareness on our JHA for a potential hazard, be a biological hazard. I have a video here of how to properly, I'm gonna fire this video up real quick. It's kind of how to properly pull a tick out so you can remove kind of the head part of the tick. There's not really considered a head. It's more of they're putting their teeth in you is what they're doing when they're burying themselves. So it's a good video here to show you how to properly remove a tick from you.
Tweezers, and you want to go as close to the skin as possible.
So I kind of was told that we couldn't hear that. So at the end there, you can kind of see it. We want to be pulling straight up and soft. I think there was some little pop-ups there. Sorry about that, little technical difficulties. I'll try to figure that out. And then she did kind of say at the end, it's good to put rubbing alcohol or any type of thing with about 70% alcohol, which we currently have a lot of that regarding our COVID precautionary measures that we're using. So regarding Lyme disease and ticks, if you are concerned that a tick might have been on you for a long period of time before you noticed it, treatment is available. This is work-related or non-work related. It's very easy. There's an oral antibodies called dianoxiclin. It's prescribed, readily available at any walk-in clinic, all the Clear Choices, Champlain Medical, your local hospital as well. So it's very easy. So it's a good awareness training that this Lyme disease is out there. It's really affected a lot of Americans in the last decade. So check for ticks, be aware, know how to properly remove them, and then know all the precautions that you can take to prevent yourself from Lyme disease. So that is all I have for my presentation today. I will kick it over to Ken for the rest of part of the meeting. Presenter.
All right, I'm unmuted. Do you hear me?
I can. Thanks, Ken.
Okay, show my screen, and I'm gonna put the email on the screen. Okay, so just to follow up on the tick awareness, and thank you, Matt. It's hard the technical difficulties that can happen are understandable, and we see it even on TV nowadays because everything's done remotely. Tick awareness is an important thing, and I've had a couple different, maybe 3 ticks this year. One was kind of a tick that had been on me for a while, down on my lower part of my leg at the sock line. I didn't even notice it until like a couple days later. And then I could tell it was a couple days because it was a lot more gorged, and they did give me, the doctor gave me the medicine, the antibiotic. So pretty quick treatment anyway. It's 2 pills, you take them once and you're done, 1 shot. So anyway, for announcements, pretty much the same announcements here regarding dealing with time cards, or the processing of our time, I should say, nowadays, and paychecks to be mailed by regular mail or deposit slips, direct deposit slips. And please don't come to the office, just call ahead first and we'll figure out the transaction. For new hires, we have William Gibbs, a carpenter. And of course, this weekend is Mother's Day. So happy Mother's Day to all of our moms out there, and ECI moms and moms of ECI people and everybody, all moms. And we hope everyone can enjoy some in-person time with their mothers now that the state has relaxed some of the social distancing requirements. And of course, I see the weather is not supposed to be what I think of for Mother's Day. That they're talking about snow tonight, possibly in the higher elevations for sure. And then they're saying even on Saturday, just cold and miserable. I mean, Sunday on Mother's Day. So both days will be cold and miserable. So here is a photo of Bill Gibbs, our new employee. He's a carpenter. Looks like he's out there at Burton Island, out near the slips on a nice calm day out there. They're not all that calm, I know that. And so if you are out there, certainly help Bill get established in the ECI way. And if you see Bill on any job, just introduce yourself, please, and get him familiar with everybody and make him feel welcome. So just have the quick summary here in this section on the COVID-19 policies and information. We try to keep this current. We're now in a phase 3 restart plan. Phase 3 coincides with the state of Vermont designation as the third part of the restart, and we have our own precautions that overlay that restart, and also the face covering policy. So this week we're profiling the 2020 paving season kickoff, which kind of roughly started last week with a couple different things going on. This is it's like Jim, I think, Sharon, in the trucks, and they're paving cold grindings here up at Pumpkin Hill. So you see a little operation there, pretty easy and straightforward when it's cold mix for sure. So just lay it down with a paver and hammer it with the pneumatic roller back there and the 10-ton vibratory. And this is over on Shunpike Road at the Glenn Cummins, he's an electrician, electrical contractor, putting in one of the buildings at the old Robert property right next to Nortrax, or a lot over from Nortrax. And they're finally, maybe this is top, it looks like top. So it must have been a couple days ago. They done base last week and top this week. And there's grading, of course. When you're paving, you're grading. And this is out of the bike path that'll be receiving pavement, I think, later today. And some compaction going on at the bike path as well. And this is again at Shunpike Road at the Cummins property. And that's it for paving. So paving is kicked off. A great feeling for the start of the year. It's springtime is start of paving, and we're well into it now, so that feels good. From the photo archives, we have some paving for the photo of the paving we have done previously for the city of Burlington, their municipal contracts. This was back in 2005 on South Winooski Avenue, paving in front of the Burlington Free Press building, or what used to be the Burlington Free Press. I don't know if it's still owned by them. I think they moved their print facilities away, but right there, almost at Church Street, looking to the north. I think there's, I think that's Daryl standing next to the old Barbara Green paver. I can't tell. I think Scott Burns is way down behind the paver, and I think that might be Mike Beaudry running the roller. I'm not certain of that. Some things haven't changed much. Okay, well, I'm going to turn it back over to you, Matt. I'm all set here. Have a safe day, everybody, and happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there.
Hey, thanks, Ken. Appreciate it. Appreciate everybody for tuning on. We're 42. We'll keep plugging away. Hopefully, if we can get all employees on, maybe there could be a safety bonus for everybody. If we can get everybody on, we got 200 available spots, so we'll keep pushing it out. Thanks everybody for joining. Let's be safe today. Thank you.